you want me to open it for you?
Very good.
You know what it is?
Yes, yes. And
I know that you've read my questions. Should I just ask them to you?
yes, yes, carry on.
Okay. The first question, Papaji, is who are you?
I am that. From where you, me, she, he, all the rest emerge from. I am that.
What do you see when you look at me?
Seer.
All of these answers are real conversation stoppers. Papaji, how does an awakened being like yourself see the world?
As my own self. As my own self. When you see your hands, feet, body, mind, senses, intellect, they are part of you, isn't it? You say, I. This all includes. That way you must see the world as one of you. Same. As you see, the hand is not different than you. Foot is not different than you. Even the nail is not different than you. My nails. Hair are not different than you. Like this.
So are you saying that there's no place where I end and you begin?
There is. There is. There I'm taking you to. In the beginning.
Papa, you speak about freedom. What is freedom?
Freedom? A trap. Trap. Because bondage. You are in the trap. A man who is imprisoned in the jail, he needs to be free, isn't it? He is trapped in the jail. He has heard, he knows, some people are free outside, no? So this you have heard from outside, from the parents, no?
From the
Priests, from the teachers, preachers. Come to us, we will give you freedom. Come to me, I will give you rest, isn't it? That is the promise. And this is another trap. This is another trap, from one trap to another trap. Now you are trapped in the freedom trap. You should be out of both these traps, neither of bondage nor of freedom. Because this is a concept. Bondage was a concept. Now, concept of freedom. get rid of both these concepts, then where are you?
Here.
Here, yeah. Here is neither a trap of bondage nor of freedom. Here is here, nor there, not even here. Then, next.
A few days ago, you read a letter that I presented to you about words, the difficulties with words. Words seem to me to be a very great trap, and it's been so true that through the whole time here, words have been continually inadequate to express the awakening. Even to express why words are inadequate is impossible, because I'd have to compare them to what was adequate, and I can't do that in words. But one word that's thrown around a lot in the West and in the East is the word enlightenment. Is what you speak of enlightenment?
Enlightenment is the knowledge itself, not knowledge of persons, things, ideas.
Pure knowledge.
Only knowledge, not a word. Only knowledge, where does not exist anything, no imagination of the past, no imagination of the future, not even the present.
I can't imagine a state with no imagination.
That's what is called bondage. That's what is called bondage, and that's what's called suffering, and that's what's called samsara. And if I tell you, do not imagine, don't have any imaginations right now. Imagination is images, no? Imagination.
Image.
It has come from images, imagination. You are thinking of the images. And all images belong to the past. Don't recall the past and don't aspire anything of the future. Imagination goes. Imagination is out of the mind. Mind is past.
I still fall into this trap. When you tell me not to imagine anything, it's like telling me not to think of a hippopotamus.
Not to think anything?
If I tell you don't think of an elephant, the first thought that would come into your mind would be an elephant.
Therefore, it is your question of imagination. Without imagination, I don't stay without imagination. I don't tell you to ask for any imaginations. I say, don't imagine anything of the past, present and future. That's what I say. I don't give you any imagination. Free of all imaginations. If you are free from imaginations, you are free of time also. Any image will remind you of the time. Any image will remind of the time, because when the images go in the waking state, you see images, persons, things, ideas. And when you go to sleep, all these vanishes. And now you are sleeping. Where are these images? Where are the persons? Where are the things? In sleep state, mind you.
In sleep, the things are still there. In sleep, even the things are still there. They don't go away during sleep.
When you sleep?
They're still there.
Who?
Everything that was there when you went to sleep is still there when you go to sleep.
You are
just not aware.
You are describing the dream state. I tell you the sleep state. I will take you. When do you sleep? What time do you sleep?
About 11:30 at night.
11:30. So 11 29 minutes, 29 seconds. What happens in the 30th second? 30th second. Before 11:30 you said, no? 30th second belongs to sleep or belongs to waking state?
It's this zone in between, this neither here nor there.
Okay, now the 30th second is gone now, finished. Now already you said here and there and here and there. Now you are deciding there, you reject everything. All images, all persons, all relationships, all ideas are gone now. And you jump in somewhere. After that, 30th second, no time also, no space also, no country also. Now you speak of sleep.
So do you compare this state?
No, wait. First you speak of sleep. And how long do you sleep?
Maybe 7 hours.
But you have spent not even 3 seconds. I tell you, after the sleep, you slept now. Describe something of the sleep. What you are going to speak is the next waking state, the previous state from where you jumped into this state, no difference. So, give me what happens when you are sleeping.
Dreaming.
Huh?
Dreaming. Just dreaming.
What?
Dreaming. Dreaming.
Free?
Dreaming. Dreaming. Just dreaming.
Dreaming?
Dreaming.
Not dream state. Sleep. Dreaming is the same state. You see what you see here. In the dreaming also you see some robber has robbed you, or some tiger is pounced on you and you have fear, same fear. So when you see tiger there in the dream and tiger of the waking state, same, fear is the same, tiger is the same. I tell you, when you sleep, what do you see when you sleep?
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
Ah, that's the right answer. That's the right answer. Now, why did you like this nothingness when you see images, men and all that? When you liked so many things in the world, why did you reject them and you offered yourself to go in the lap of nothingness? Why?
I was tired. My body is tired. My
So,
mind is
to
tired.
regain your energy, you went to the reservoir of energy of nothingness. And if you don't touch that reservoir, what will happen to you? Where do you go?
Crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, crazy, yes. And if always you are in that state of nothingness, of sleep state while awake, I will tell you how to keep sleep while awake, and tell you how to awake while asleep. That will be fine, isn't it? Okay, now you come from the sleep, the last second of the sleep state, waking has not yet come in. Waking has not come, and the sleep state is living the very first moment, the very first second of the next waking state now. What's your experience?
My senses call me back to the body.
What do you say?
My senses call me back to the world.
Okay. What happened to this experience of happiness when you were sleeping? What have you brought from this 6 hours nothingness? Where did you do? What did you do about this?
It's gone. It's gone.
It's gone?
I'm relaxed,
Okay.
refreshed, but
Acha.
there's nothing remaining.
Acha.
from
So you prefer tension to relaxation.
There's a question about that later.
But if you understand, perhaps you will not ask me the next question. So when you come out of a cinema hall, you are seeing a dance in the cinema hall, a dance. And from 10 to 5, they show dances, in the cinema halls, maybe in the theater, you have gone to, and then you come home and your friends ask, how was it? What will you speak to them?
It was a beautiful show.
Ah, beautiful. So this thing you can bring there, and you brought nothing from your sleep. And who woke up first? Who woke up from this state of happiness? You were happy, in the sleep state. If it was not happy state, no one will leave back their beloved ones who are next door to them. They say good night now to their dear ones, near ones. They say good night, let me sleep. Why? Something superior, something higher, something more beautiful to them to be alone. Therefore, when you wake up, who awoke up first? And you did not bring that impression of the happiness that you enjoyed for 6 or 7 hours in the night. And about the dances, you brought this impression. So you have to create a new habit, you see. And that you can create only in the satsang, as you went to theater, because you have been going to the theater, and your parents took you to theater when you were a small boy. So this habit is to you to describe that, but the senses are engaged and you enjoyed. But free of the senses, that pleasure your parents have not told you, therefore you do not know, only it is known in the satsang only. Therefore you are here.
Yes.
So when you wake up, who wakes up first?
It's the I that wakes up first.
Okay.
The I wakes up.
I wakes up. Okay. The I has waken up. When the I wakes up, the past wakes up. When the I wakes up, past, present, future wakes up. Means time wakes up. With the time, space wakes up. Now time and space, sun wakes up, moon wakes up, stars wakes up, mountains wake up, rivers wake up, forests wake up, men wake up, birds, animals, everything wakes up when the I wake up. And this I was sleeping. During the sleep state, everything was quiet. Now you find out, don't touch the I again, and you will again sleep while awake. For one single second, half of the single setting, quarter of the single second will do. Don't touch the I. I think you can very well afford to do it. Not touch the I. And tell me, are you not sleeping? Again back to the same state.
That's right. In that instant, everything is like a dream.
Now, this I, when you know this thing, now let this I, same I, now wakes up. Let everything wake up now. In this I, let everything wakes up, and it is going to be one of you, the same part. All these men of the past, present and future are included because there's no time, there's no past. And this is called awaking while sleeping and sleeping while awake. And you are always in happiness, always awake. And this awakening is called knowledge, freedom, whatever, truth. Not the names, don't touch the names. So get rid of all the words that you have so far heard from any quarter. And you will see really who you are. Now don't sleep, you have to.
I live next door to a.
Next door.
We have to agree to speak in English here. I live next door to a car repair shop down near your house, and sometimes I feel that my only impediment to being continually in this state is that they're always banging on the cars and hitting them back into shape. And the question here is, how can I remain quiet and in this instant when the senses are continually drinking in the environment? That's their job. That's what they do. Every second they're drinking in the environment.
So when the child is learning how to walk, the parents supply him some kind of crutches, no? How to learn walk, isn't it?
They hold
Parents,
his hand.
eh?
They hold his hand.
To hold, and then he learns to walk with the. And then when he grows up, he throws away. He can walk independently himself. So in the beginning, when you see disturbance, when you meditate or when you study or whatever it is, it's better to change the environment. First of all, you are advised, when you take a house or an environment, you must look at the neighborhood first. Neighborhood you must look at. Is it a garbage of pigs, noisy people, fish market, supermarket? So you must avoid all these things in the beginning, because you can't meditate. You can go to forest, meditate. So you are advised, and when you can learn meditation, how to meditate, if you have learned the art of meditation, you go and sit in the middle of the fish market and then supermarket, and then here at Shalimar Crossing and Hazratganj Square, you will not hear the noise, because you are not here, you are meditating just as you sleep. That is called sleeping while awaking. And till you cannot learn this, it's better to avoid the circumstances, but it is preferable to see before you get into any apartment, what is my neighborhood? Neighborhood has to be good, more than your apartment. It's better not look in your apartment is very good and there are geysers and good nice beds. No. You look at the neighborhood first, and then you can live amicably, and particularly you find out the people who belong to your own way of life. Then you will not be disturbed, you will be discussing your own matters of your own study, as teachers will like to be with teachers, philosophers with philosophers, workers with the workers, and they feel very one with each other, you see. So once you have learnt it, you can do whatever you like.
You just mentioned meditation. I'd like to follow up on that. What is meditation to you? What do you see as meditation? There's so many kinds of meditation that are practiced, and so many of them rely on looking at phenomena, watching breath, seeing thoughts arise and fall. What is meditation?
What you are speaking is not meditation, that is concentration. Not meditation. You are speaking of concentration, not meditation. Meditation means not to concentrate on any object. Meditation. Not to bring in any object of the past in the mind. And do not use your mind. That's called meditation. Don't use your mind. That's called meditation. And where the mind is used, that's called concentration, because mind will only cling to some object that belongs to past. And have you been told to meditating without the aid of the mind?
That's a hard question to answer. Most meditation that I've done involves techniques for dealing with thoughts that arise, but the point of the meditation seems to be a thoughtless state, a state where no thoughts arise.
Yes, that's called meditation. Where the no thoughts arise, that's called meditation.
But thoughts arise. Inevitably, thoughts arise. How do you deal with thoughts that arise?
I will tell you how to deal, and then I will know how the thought arises, okay? You will tell me. I think you can devote me a time equal to finger snap, will you? One instant moment, I say. This much time I will need you to stop your thought, okay? Okay. What is a thought? What is mind? There is no difference between thought and mind, isn't it?
Thought arises from mind.
Yes, thought arises from mind, and mind is bundle of thoughts. Without thoughts, there is no mind. Without thought, there is no mind. Now I tell you, and what is mind? I. I is mind. Mind is past, clinging to past, present, future, clinging to time, clinging to objects. It's called mind. And where does the mind arise from? I, single. When the I rises, mind rises. Mind rises, senses rises. Senses arises, world rises. Now find out, where does the I rise from? Where does the I rises from? And tell me if you are not quiet. Tell me, go on commenting what's happening.
I'm listening to you speak.
Okay, after that, you have listened now. Now I tell you, where does this mind, or now we have arrived at mind is I. And mind arises from I. If there is no I, as previously we began to begin with, sleep to waking, I arose, the mind arose. Now you find out the reservoir of I, where does the I rises from?
It's the name.
Wait, you have not followed. I will repeat again. There is a channel, this is canal. It comes from reservoir. And you follow the beginning of this channel and reach the reservoir. Reservoir from where it takes its beginning. Like that, I tell you, follow the I thought. I, where does it rise from? This word only I. And I tell you how to do it, how to find the answer, I tell you. I will tell you how to get the answer. Because you have not to box like Muhammad Ali, like this thing. Yes. It's very simple. To know thyself is very simple as you rub a rose petal, yes. This is knowledge, a realization is so simple as a rose petal in your fingers. You see. Not difficult at all. Difficulty arises when you make any effort. So you don't make any effort to go to the reservoir of I. Don't make any effort and don't think either. So reject effort and reject thought. Reject thought means I thought. Any kind of effort. Then
it's like in
no, not doing, what doing? No
it
effort.
feels like a comet that's skirting the atmosphere and flashing briefly and then disappearing back into space. That's,
okay.
that's how it
Sure.
is for me.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
like these momentary sparks or flames, and then there's the darkness of I again.
And not again. First you have, again means descending, again means going to past, isn't it? I've done that work and again I will do it. Means repetition, calling the past only. No again. No again here. Again is past, no? To regain, again is called again. Is regain. So I tell you, you get rid of this I, don't make effort, and don't think either for one single second, half of the second, quarter of the second is quite enough. And this much time you have not spent in 35 million years, my dear young Jeff. Here is the time.
I find it impossible not to try to do it.
Huh?
I find it impossible not to try to do it. There's always a trying. There's something trying. There's a sense that there's an expectation and a sense of trying. Always. That does not seem...
Doing has been told to you by your parents, by the priests, by the teachers, by the preachers. Now at least you can keep quiet for a quarter of a second and see what happens. That doing you have inherited from your parents, do this and do that. You went to priest, do this thing and don't do that. And then from the society and from everywhere else, don't do this and do this. Now I tell you, get rid of doing and not doing. Doing or not doing. And when you go to doing, you have gone back to parents, no? You have learnt doing from parents, from the mother first, no? Yes. If you did not handle a spoon and fork correctly, she slapped you on the table, isn't it? You don't do this thing. Yes. So do's and don'ts first came from the mother. And then from the priest. You have to go to particular temple, not to somebody else's temple. Don't. If you do, you will go to heaven. If you don't, hell. Sinner. So I say, get rid of both. doing and not doing, and see at least the taste of it, how it tastes. Other tastes, doing tastes you have seen. There are 6 billion people tonight, and they are tasting doing, and tell me what is the result of doing. Very recently we have seen the result of doing in the Gulf. We have seen all over, we have seen 3 wars also here. This is the result of doing, hatred between man and man, doing, killing. Now let us see if something could be done by not doing, and let this love spring up once again, as was in the time of Buddha, Ashoka, here recently. Yeah.
Papaji, now I even feel calling you Papaji, it's putting you in this parent role, so it feels a little awkward.
This parent tells you, don't make effort. Papaji they call it, but they must listen to Papaji, one word only. Otherwise, if you don't listen to this Papaji, and you will have many Papajis for another subject.
Be my last Papa, Papaji. You awakened spontaneously at the age of 8. This is a question I've written here, and I know you've probably read it, but the question begins with that I'm a writer, and I find it very natural to write. I've been writing since I was 8 years old, and people are always coming to me and asking for advice on writing, and I'm just saying, just do it naturally. Just write as you would speak. There's nothing that's easier. And they can't do it. They need to make some effort to do it. You yourself awakened spontaneously and completely naturally at the age of 8 years old. Why are you so confident that it should be so easy and so natural for me? I've spent 35 million years asleep.
I must have also spent, because I know quite many, as Buddha also says, see, he has spent many, many, many reincarnations before, and he knows it. Everyone knows it. He knew it, you see. A slight mistake done in 253 incarnations ago, he remembered very much. See? Yes, like this thing. So when he came to spontaneous, he has also been doing, he was going to teachers also. And then in this life, he has also gone to several teachers. He was having a very comfortable life. He was a prince, having the beauty of the land in the form of Yashodhara, gift of married life, suckling the breasts of the mother. And this young man wakes up, I have to search something else. This is most beautiful palace, elephants, dancing beauties, wife, son, something else is waiting for me. He has thrown away his robe, took away his horse, and some confident man, leave me out of the boundaries. And then he saw one corpse was going away, corpse was going, and he changed his robe and took away the sheet, which was the body, dead body was covered, and he put on his shoulder to throw away his ego, his princely garments, and put all his diamonds on the corpse. Patted the horse, patted the horse with love. and the horse also kissed his feet and collapsed and died. This compassion could not be seen. This is in the beginning. He was not yet enlightened. This rise came in his mind. Just a renunciation and desire for home, go home. Then he went, sat under a tree quietly. And this Siddhartha prince became Buddha. So spontaneously he could not speak. Ananda was the first man, master. What's your experience? He kept quiet. So you are asking me direct question. I do not know, but I was there. It was very spontaneous. It was very spontaneous. I had no background also. Didn't do any meditation. Didn't read any book. I was in Pakistan, therefore these books were not available because they were in Sanskrit. I had not studied Sanskrit, I was studying Persian. It came to me, how, I do not know. Perhaps it has chosen me. It has chosen me. The truth reveals to a holy person, and I did not have any qualification. I was not educated at that time, 8 years, second standard. So I didn't know. Still I am seeing what is it, what is it, what is it. Each time I am more in love with it, every moment.
All my life I wondered what it would have been like to live in the time of the Buddha and to have sat at the feet of the Buddha, and I feel I know that answer to that question now.
You have been with him, must have been with him, otherwise you would not have asked these questions, you would never have come to this. What about the other people, 6 billion people, why don't they come in satsang? Why you? What about your neighbors? What about your parents? What about your society? Why you are chosen? You are chosen for this purpose. And when you will know this, you will see it was only this instant, nothing had happened before. Nothing will happen in future. In this instant you thought you are bound, and this instant you found that you are free. And in this instant you will know there is no freedom, no bondage. I am what I am.
In this instant I know that. In this instant I know that.
You know that?
I see. I see.
Yeah. I am happy you are a young man. The older people pass away in going to clubs. Yes. I went to one club in Europe. I said they were playing only rolling one rubber ball from this end to that end, from that end, rubber ball. Then I asked one person, is there old man? No. They are not old men. They are very old men because up to 80 years they don't come for these sports. So they are above 90. They can't go to clubs now. Up to 80 they can go to clubs and dancing, and here and there they can go. They don't come to this kind. And that was old people's sports club. Because the society, young sons don't accept them because they are coughing, they have to go to old homes.
And now you can start your own cricket team.
Huh? Yes, yes, I'm coming right from the match, therefore I was only 5 minutes before time. You see. Otherwise I could have come little early and speak to you.
I suspected as much. Papaji, can mind... one second, Monica. Can I have that glass?
It's very hot.
Thanks.
Oh.
Papa, do you have water?
Oh, water I don't need, I'm feeling. No, it's here.
It's hot under these lights.
Mm-hmm.
Papa, can mind assist in the process of realizing freedom?
Yes, it does. It does. Mind is your foe and mind is your friend also. When attached to sense objects, it's your enemy. And when it aspires to come to satsang, the same mind is a friendly mind. It will give you freedom. Same mind.
That's a big relief for some reason.
To take you somewhere there, you see, it is the same mind, you see. Yeah.
When we speak of realizing freedom, who is realizing freedom?
This who itself is realizing freedom. This who is asking the question. It is the same who feels that this who is now bound. After having known, this who will show you its who-ness. Look here, Jeff. I am the same who which brought you here.
That was St. Francis who said, what you are looking for is who is looking.
Yes.
Smart guy, that St. Francis.
There's who. When you say only who, W-H-O, who. Where do you find? Tell me. Where? Where do you find who? You have to add something, then the reply will come, who are you? Then they will give you. Simply say who. Then who will appear to you? Simply say who. Simply say who. Where does it come? Where does it sit?
I'm going to be sitting here like an owl in a minute. Let's see. You often say that the force that has brought us to satsang, the force that has brought us here, will take care of us. What force is that?
The same force which has brought you here, the same force which is speaking, the same force which is asking with this question. Force is the same. The force is now become the questioner. The same force is now asking, and this force is asking, keep quiet.
After you, Papaji, I could interview anybody. lot of the writing I do is about science, and there's a scientific question. In the scientific view, I'll read this because it took so long to word it just perfectly. In the scientific view, everything that we perceive, from an apple to pure grace, is a result of neural signals and chemical processes. From the biological perspective, the miracle of consciousness has a direct physical cause. How can we be certain that consciousness, awareness, awakeness, is not just a chemical reaction, and that the realization of emptiness is more than a mere quieting of our brain cells?
I think the science is doing very well in the latest researches. Science has done very well, and I don't have any difference with what science is doing. We are living in the 20th century, and we are very lucky people to enjoy the benefits of the researches of the science. And I can't reject science, the scientific discoveries. Otherwise, you cannot come from California to here in just 20 hours.
So true.
Yes, so we should accept it. But where does this intellect of discovery comes from? You are speaking from cells of the brain. The discoveries has been made up to discover the brain, the cells of the brain, as you say. Mm-hmm. Where do these cells are getting energy? Cells are getting energy, yet the science has not discovered. Only the frontal lobe of the brain is now discovered by the science. With the latest implements of the scientific instruments, but the hind lobe of the brain is yet, which is empty, is not the science. Anything, any instrument is not discovering what does this contain, from where these cells become active. That is yet not discovered. I hope they could do it one day. And this emptiness itself gives force to these cells. And these cells now send signals throughout the body. We have billions and trillions of cells in the body. And these cells activate in the form of thoughts and movements of everything, of the limbs and the senses and of the mind, whatever you do, responsible for the cells. And this is the creation from the beginning of emptiness to the cells, and from the cells to intellect, intellect to the mind, and mind to the body and senses and objects. You see, we have these perceptions through the cells. Then once upon a time, these cells will get fatigued by doing this work, because they have been suffering, because we have been using these cells for millions of years. They want to take rest, and now they want to take rest, and they will have a conference together, these cells, and they will protest against the mind now. We will not listen to you. Enough, we have listened for 35 million years, and now they will stand up and dance. We want to be free. We want to be free of this selfishness. No more cells. No, the spirit. Each cell is giving you a next incarnation. Each cell, because what you desire will enter directly into this cell, and that will be lying hidden. It will appear in the proper circumstances and reincarnate. This is the cells which have reincarnated and has become mine now. Now when they will protest and want to be free. And now when your question started, it is And when these cells become quiet and you say emptiness, no? This is what you say, freedom is the process of chemical reaction.
Maybe freedom, maybe emptiness is just a chemical thing happening in the mind.
Mind, yes, maybe
Or,
in the
or
mind.
the brain,
Yes,
not
yes,
the mind,
yes,
the brain.
yes. Okay, let it happen. But who's aware of this chemical happening of the cells? Some higher force, some subtler force than the cell that is even conscious of what is happening to these cells. It is aware. What is that force now?
Actually, Papa, that brings me to my next question.
Huh? What?